Hey everyone, I'm Josh.
I'm Seamus.
And I'm Rootskarn, and we are playing Dark Drowning Horror Awful Simulator.
Oh, I can choose whether to get up or not. So after
Choose not. It's a trick. It's a trick. Don't get up.
Getting up's too lame. So after the crazy bender we went on last week, Catherine and Simon got drunk, and we don't really know what happened exactly, but there's a lot of fucking barnacles in here all of a sudden. Were those there before?
That's a good point. How long have we been out? I never noticed that. That implies that we were zonked for a long time. Yeah, look at this.
I mean, yeah, you could have been zonked for like weeks for all we know, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, at least we woke up right at the time when someone's cutting open the pod.
But that sort of does make me wonder what woke you up. Like what?
Ah, it's a robot, buddy.
What is it that caused you to wake up, being that you are no longer a human being?
What is it that caused you to fall unconscious?
Yeah. Well, I assumed the suit lost power or something, which would make you unconscious. That's an interesting detail. Yeah.
Crabs.
There are barnacles, which absolutely must. No, the other explanation of the barnacles might be that that was just a reused asset that some artist had put barnacles on from what is elsewhere in the game a crashed pod. That's supposed to have been out there for a long time. Right, the one in front of Lambda. Yeah, exactly. They just reused that.
Can you hear me?
So I don't know.
Theta, listen. Akers is headed for Theta.
Delta with organics, getting a signal but no audio.
Strasky, it's Como Rigby. Akers has gone mad. He's dangerous.
Psychic
power.
So what do you think that the view distortion in the cases like this adds to the game? Is it just a way of signifying that you're getting a message and want to remain here? Is it a way of demonstrating that you're not really human? Is it a way of making things spookier? What does this add?
I think it's trying to get you to put on 3D glasses. That's what it's saying to me.
Well, I mean, there's an option in the
Oh no,
yeah. What was I saying? There's an option in the options menu to. Well, I mean, we're going to find the WoW, right? I gotta meet my boyfriend, the WoW, in the place for the thing. Anyway, there's an option in the options menu to turn off stuff like the distortion effects. Normally, I hate the hell out of chromatic aberration, which is a big thing with the distortion effects in this game, but I feel like it actually is a thematic choice with this game as opposed to most games which are like, this happens in films sometimes with film, we should do that because film.
Actually, wouldn't it be great if you could turn off the lens flares in a J.J. Abrams vehicle?
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's thought that.
I like lens flare when used in moderation, realistic or not. I find them interesting at moments of heightened mystery and you finally get to the. I'm trying to think the climax of the movie. You get to the big evil thing. You're on the strange world, and strange shit is going down. I've got no problem with filling the thing with lens flares. It's sort of when they're in a dialogue, in an otherwise pedestrian dialogue scene to try and make things interesting. That really bugs me, and it just distracts me. And it makes me feel like the director thinks I'm a child. Like, oh, don't get bored by this dialogue here. Some fireworks for you. And it feels so patronizing. And actually does detract from the dialogue.
Oh. Eyeballs. Hey man, I could use some extra eyes. I like eyeballs. You like eyeballs? Eyeballs are great. Let's put them in the bowl. There you go.
Wow.
Would you like
Somebody
some
did
eyeball
not have a
tea?
good day. Lost
hard
both
to
of
do
their
this without
eyeballs.
Yeah,
depth
also,
perception.
they didn't clean up the locker room, which basically makes you the worst. Whatever happened to this guy to turn him into the mess that he left in the locker room, he deserves it.
So this is where we find out about, ooh, chess. New game! Damn it! I was hoping they'd have a mini
Corrupt
game in here, so I
opponent.
could
You
just
know,
play a shit
is
ton of
going through the
chess.
game a second time. I get that now. Corrupt opponent. It's talking about how the WoW is totally corrupted. But you just think it's a computer error.
Is it? I mean, that's the other thing about the WoW that's interesting is, like, is the WoW an aberration, or is it just an AI that doesn't understand?
I think it's a... I think it's an... Oh, that is a good question. I got the sense that it was broken somehow. That it might... Maybe it's broken in a HAL 9000 way, where it was given contradictory goals and just tried to solve them the best it could. It tried to solve an unsolvable problem, and this was a solution. The WoW is the computer system for the whole station, and it kind of runs things. And
This guy was
aside
dating
from
the WoW
its
before I was.
and
Motherfucker.
aside from Josh fisting it every time they meet, it doesn't, you know, communicate with us or anything.
You know,
The
with
WoW...
almost anything, you can be guaranteed that it's happened more times in real life than it has in fiction. But I genuinely wonder how many times in the entirety of human history somebody in an extreme situation has scrawled a message on the wall in their own blood.
Yeah.
Is that blood or
gotta,
structure gel? I can't tell.
Yeah. Well, the stuff on the floor is definitely blood. I mean, somebody's
yeah, I
eyeballs
mean,
came
there
out,
were-
and you don't
Ooh,
extract
there's maggots
eyeballs
in it.
without getting some human juice everywhere.
Flies are apparently still a thing in this reality.
Underwater
They haven't
flies?
died out, I guess. Well, we're not underwater right now. There's air in here.
Oh, right. I forgot about the airlock.
I was kind of hoping that, what's the name of that janitor game?
Viscera cleanup.
Space
detail.
Quest?
Viscera Cleanup Detail. That's right, Viscera Cleanup Detail. I was kind of hoping that game would take off and, like, game developers would stop giving us rooms with cryptic messages scrawled on the wall in your own blood. Because something about, like, half-heartedly sighing when you see another one of those and smacking you with your mop until it goes away removes the gravitas
Yeah.
from that particular plot point.
Seriously, Josh, can you stop jerking the camera? That actually is really hard to look at.
Could you maybe help? I need to get the
Sorry.
theta. Give me some room, really? Listen.
Oh, it's a robot.
So this guy,
He's
the
gonna help
game
us
had
get
already
the theta.
taught you. See, he's got red lights on him. I approached him from behind and I saw, hey, there's a robot with red lights on him. He's obviously evil, like all the other robots of that shape that I've met out here on the water. So I hid from this guy. I thought he would attack me if he saw me.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
So that made this entire sequence really tedious, because his patrol route is kind of, he hangs out where you need to go. They put him there so that you bump into him and, you know, know about him, but I misunderstood him because I approached him from behind, saw the red lights, and assumed he was evil. Coming up, there'll be a point where we need like a battery or some bullshit from a robot, and we have to like go find one and bash it up, and we can either do that guy or this little robot that's been helping us. So that's a moral choice, but it's not a moral choice like you get Paragon points. It's just like the game's sort of like, what do you think? What do you want to do? That's your choice. And I didn't even understand, because you can't fight the other robots.
Good robot. Did you hear that?
You
Simon
can't-
said good robot. Simon's talking about your video game.
Yay! You can't fight the other robots, so like I didn't even think I could fight this one.
I think I made it worse.
I didn't realize there was a choice being offered.
I can feel it bleeding out. Can you see him?
Fuck. He got on a Zeppelin.
Anyway, so this is Delta. This site was like manufactured stuff. It's on a sort of plateau, mesa kind of thing in the
Panic should work.
continental shelf, like off into the abyss, but this is on the continental, like on a big tower in the middle of it.
Come on, Evans.
This was abandoned some time ago, and everyone left except Akers, the administrator, who said, "Fuck you guys in Theta, I'm gonna stay here." Then he went fucking nuts.
I assumed he also developed an inappropriate relationship with the WoW.
I think he was, yeah, he was dating the WoW before I was. This is bullshit. You gotta fight him.
Although the reason you're having a relationship with the WoW is because you're mechanical, and when you stick your fist into that thing, it pumps you full of structure gel, which is what's keeping you going. Akers, oh seriously, stop waving the camera. That is so bad.
I'm sorry.
But Akers was human, so what the hell is structured? Like, how was he getting driven mad? Was he just by the situation he found himself in was making him crazy?
Well, maybe we'll find out, Seamus. Maybe we'll meet Akers, and we can ask him that question. And also, why are you trying to murder me?
It's fine.
Hey, a button. I can't click it, though.
This looks wholesome. Oh no,
Yeah.
It's time for another date.
I wonder if I can get Doom on that thing.
I can't actually... Oh, I can! Yes! Haha!
Oh, should we be seeing this?
Yeah. The way the little veins... veins?
What were we talking about?
I guess structure gel pseudopods slither across your vision there. It's probably the most disturbing health overlay. I don't like health overlays in general, to be honest, but I think in this case it's justified.
I gotta say, the people of those of the future really built their monitors to last. How many atmospheres of pressure are we in? And this monitor still works after like decades of being immersed in ice-cold, high-pressure seawater.
We're like, what, 100 meters underwater right now? And it increases in atmosphere every, like, what, 25 feet? So we're something like 12 atmospheres or so?
That is a lot of pressure to be under.
They wished him Merry Christmas. Oh, he won his 1000th game of chess. It's so nice of him to break the chess game after leaving.
None shall conquer my empire.
I keep hitting escape to exit these things. I don't know why. It's always right click and I always hit escape instead.
Yeah, the terminals in this game do not look super snappy and responsive.
It's a dead.
You okay, buddy?
Apparently cannot. Wait, it's breathing.
Yeah. I believe that's supposed to be
I
like...
didn't actually know there was a second person that was alive out here.
I believe that's like structure gel has sort of embraced him. Or he's, you know,
sort of like Amy back at the shuttle station.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you're supposed to have figured it out by now, but the idea is that structure gel is just magic juice. If you're dying, it'll keep you alive. If a machine is broken, structure gel will fix it. So structure...
If you're dead, it'll revive you, although not necessarily in a good way.
Right. So the WoW, given the directive to like preserve humanity at all costs, is like, okay, I'm gonna take all these people that are injured and dying and just keep pumping them full of structure gel. And that's the WoW's solution to the problem.
So, a quick warning for people. This game is about to shift genres abruptly. When you get on the Zeppelin, you're going to be issued a suit and tux, and you're basically going to have to solve a lot of problems with the steam relays. But there'll also be a romance with the Dowager Empress, so...
Krasky, you can see the Zeppelin now.
Good. Sorry about the mess. Without the positioning system, the Zeps just keep losing their set routes.
Anyway, so we've got a little puzzle here to home in on the Zeppelins.
Excellent. Puzzles are excellent. Good luck with it.
No, just me, Goy, and Creer. Akers is set up being a stubborn old man.
Alright.
Anyway, Akers decided to stay here and went totally fucking insane. Obscene? What am I even trying to say? Insane. And began ingesting structure gel, and then he gouged out his eyes at some point.
Delta sleep.
Of course. Wow. Honestly, didn't expect to hear from you again. Such a long time since you checked in.
That's right, that's right. Now I remember where you encounter Akers. You mentioned earlier that we were going to encounter him, and I was like, where do we see him? Now I remember. Yeah, it's my least favorite part of the game. Like, the part of the game that almost ended my playthrough.
Theta Part 3. Alright, so... I think 840 is probably our best bet. I don't remember which one to aim for, but let's aim for 840. We gotta position the antenna.
And I don't remember that
we are
puzzle
waiting
here.
with bated breath to see how you solve the puzzle. I'm sure everyone is waiting with much suspense and not instead shouting at you the
Zeppelin's not
solution.
responding. Engine failure. Damn it.
Damn it, for the last time, it's a rigid airship!
Wouldn't a rigid airship underwater just immediately float to the surface?
Yes. Or implode. I'm not sure. 12 atmospheres of pressure.
It's rigid.
It would want it would want to be crushed and rocket upwards at unsafe speeds. It would definitely not do well. Plus the hydrogen would make it explode. These are Archer references. For
And then it would burn down, and you and Catherine
Yes.
would say, "Oh, the humanity!"
These are Archer references for people wondering what I'm on about, and you should just definitely watch Archer because Archer is awesome.
Unspecified
All right,
cargo.
we got it.
What exactly cargo is generally specified?
I don't know.
Crates. Yeah, what's the cargo
yeah.
this time? It's crates. Crates. We got crates. Well, what's in the crates? Other crates.
That's definitely the Zeppelin.
Yeah, we need a bunch of packing materials, so we just nest it. One box weighs about 16 tons.
Is 16 tons underwater that big a deal?
Well, you definitely want to lift with your legs and not your back, that's for sure.
You know, people tell me to do that. I've worked at several workplaces that required me to lift with my legs. I doubt that I've ever gotten the hang of it.
Oh, it's really disconcerting popping in and out of existence
I'm
like that.
Hi,
convinced
Catherine.
that the
It gets
very
easy.
next time I'm required to lift something, my entire back will break into 1,000 pieces.
It gets easier once you're old enough to feel the extreme pain of using your back wrong, and then it's just sort of your body guides you into the right way to lift. You're like, oh my gosh, that's excruciatingly painful, and lifting with my legs doesn't hurt. Okay, now I know what I was supposed to be doing back when I was 20 and indestructible.
Look who's been paying attention.
have to deal with that back at Upsilon.
Then you know how it works. We need to get a new tool chip.
I just try not to lift
Care
things.
to point me in the direction of the
You know,
closest
that
tool chip
really
storage?
is. Rather than lift with your legs and not your back, why doesn't anybody just say, hey, don't lift things? Things tend to be heavy.
Get somebody else to do it for you.
Build a Zeppelin.
Your
for
friend
Christ's
goes
sake.
to a gym.
That's a bit much.
Your problem. Just take the time to do it right and build a Zeppelin.
Sort of. I'll get us.
Pay Rutskarn to do it for you.
Yeah, just give me a minimum wage. I'll build you a Zeppelin. I don't know how to make a Zeppelin, but that'll just mean you'll have to pay me for a lot of hours.
Yeah, we got a gun.
I guess I have
All right, so now we have our choice.
Space Marine, underwater Space Marine. It's a Marine.
At the end of the
Marine.
world, where it doesn't matter, we can shoot this guy or go over and shoot the other guy.
Let's shoot him because he's closer. And I like what she says. It's funny. She dicks with you if you kill this thing.
Damn it! Come
Does the
back,
other guy?
you.
Does the other guy fight back if you attack him?
Let's see.
So we're
Hey,
just gonna fight
buddy.
them both.
Yes. No, I mean he runs away.
Well,
Like me
just
again
wait
now?
for him to like go back to his thing and then backstab him.
That's what I've been doing. Jesus Christ. This is not a very good gun.
I don't know, I'm
It's
enjoying it.
You
It's
do it?
almost
I
as
think
if
we
it
need to do it
wasn't
again.
designed for running around and shooting people with.
This works.
Guess what? This gun never comes up again in the game, even though it might be useful.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent point. It's like that thing did kind of get the job done, and you do run into monsters later, and you're never allowed to like,
Mad, okay? Really needed that
you
chip.
know, fight them.
We'd be stuck here.
You do sort of wonder when you first get this gun, like, oh, is this a thing now? Do I have a weapon? Why wouldn't I want a weapon? There's just robots all over this goddamn base.
Going for the small one.
Weapon sounds awesome,
Not a cake.
but no.
Those are so cute.
What?
I think that the story needed to address that. Like, you should have to, like, take the power supply out of the weapon to power up something to proceed. Just to show why you don't continue to have a gun, since it evidently solves some problems for you. It would be
I mean,
something that
after,
Simon...
like, 8 shots.
But that would be something that Simon would definitely want to bring with him. There's just no reason to leave a weapon in a place where there's danger. Just why would you do that?
Catherine.
Even if it's not a great weapon,
I'm
it's
thinking
better
about
than...
existential questions. Yeah. Could you hit the switch over there? There we go. Thanks. Sorry, continue.
Oh, that's just... that's it. Just, Simon would bring the gun with him, and he doesn't. Or he does, but he throws it on the ground. Like, it just vanished, right? You don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it didn't show me throwing it on the ground. It just went away. It's gone now.
It just went away. You know what? It dissolved. It turns out the gun was made of, I don't know, sugar. And it just dissolved in all this seawater.
It was slowly dissolving. We had a limited amount of time for us to use the sugar shock capabilities.
So this is neat. We get to go on this ride.
Yeah.
Really, it's worth. It makes the whole thing worthwhile.
I'm glad we're here for this apocalypse. Glad we didn't miss out on this.